Okay, guys, so as you know, I'm Dinusha, so I'll be the host for the quiz and we can begin. So as Rajitha mentioned, there'll be 10 questions, so answer fast to get more points. Let's start. Yeah. So first question is, what AI applications do you use in day-to-day lives? So first one is Google Maps, an Uber ride, Siri on iPhone, or all of the above. So in your mobile, you should be able to select one answer. Time's up. It's all of the above, because if you find a location, you search on Google Maps or get estimated time to travel for a Uber ride or Siri answering back to you as a friend. Like behind all these interfaces, you get AI behind everything. So we can go to the next one. What is artificial intelligence is about? Playing a game on a computer, making a machine intelligent, programming on machine with your own intelligence, or uploading your intelligence into a machine. So what is AI is about? 1 second. Yeah, most of you are correct. So AI is actually a branch of computer science, and it aims to create intelligence in machines so that machine can think intelligently. So as like the same manner as we do. Okay, so let's go to the third question.
Dinusha, can we see who are the leading?
Next one we can see, Rajitha. Yeah. If you use data that has already been collected by someone before you, what is the type of the data called? Raw data, array data, secondary data, fictitious data. These are like definitions. So data has been already collected by someone before you and has been provided to you to do your research. Time's up. Yes, you are correct. Like most of the people are correct. So this is actually the definition, direct definition of the secondary data. So whereas raw data is just primary data, array data is a data type, fictitious data is something we generate to do for a specific reason. So let's see up until now who's leading. Okay. I think, yeah, Kirtika Vigneshwaran is the fastest person and who has who has more points. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Question 4. So number of road accidents is an example of a constant, a discrete variable, a continuous variable, or none of the above. So number of road accidents is an example of, is it a constant, is it a discrete variable, continuous variable, or it's none of the above? Actually, it is a discrete variable. So these are data types. So road accidents change from day to day, time to time. So it's not a constant, it's a variable. And we have like numbers, 3, 4, 5, or 20 odd. So that's called a discrete variable. Let's go to the next one then. Find the mode of the calls that you have received on 7 consecutive days, 11, 13, 13, 17, 19, 23, 25. So answers are 11, 13, 17, or 23. What's the mode? Answer accurately, faster. Okay, most of you have got that correct. So mode is a statistical term where you show the most frequently occurring number. So here 13 appears twice, so that is the mode. So let's go to the sixth one. What do you call an event that has the probability of never happening? It's an unsure event, or a sure event, or a possible event, or an impossible event. What do you call such an event? Yes, almost all of you are correct. It's impossible event. So let's see who's leading up until now. So we are in the sixth question. Okay, Kirtika seems to be the first one. Vimukti has gone to second. Umer is third. Yeah. Okay. 5,196. Very good, Vimukti. So yeah, let's go to the next one. Question 7. What is the probability of drawing an ace from a pack of 52 cards? 4 divided by 13, 1 divided by 13, 1 divided by 52, or none of the above? What is the probability of drawing an ace from pack of 52 cards?
So actually I clicked the wrong answer accidentally. Can I republish it?
I don't think so, Janti. Okay, the correct answer is 1 out of 13. That is because we have 4 A cards in a card pack. So probability will be 4 divided by 52. When you simplify it, it's 1 divided by 13. Let's go to the next one. In a class, 30% study art, 45% study math, 15% study both arts and maths. What is the probability of a randomly chosen student study arts or maths? So we have given the equations: 45 plus 30, 45 plus 30 minus 15%, 45% plus 30% plus 15%, or none of the above. 30% study art, 45% maths, 15% both. We are asking randomly student arts or maths. Okay, most of you have chosen the correct answer. So this is a basic question of the concept called Venn diagram. So in order to calculate the probability, you have to add these two numbers and deduct the common set. Okay, let's go to the next one. So this is one before the last. Okay, Bobby is an athlete who is determined to lose weight and gain stamina. What are 3 most important factors he should consider? Daily calorie burn, sleeping hours, and weather. Or daily calorie burn, daily height, and number of friends. Daily footsteps, calorie intake, and calorie burn. Or daily sleeping hours, weather, and footsteps. So in order to, if we have to predict what should be important to Bobby, yeah. Yes, most of you guys are correct. So I know this is a very basic question, but as a data scientist, if you are developing a model or something, you have to figure out which are the most important factors, which data you should be collecting. So this is a skill to develop. So yeah, we can go to the last questions, guys. So question 10 out, again 10, yeah. What is the mean and variance for a standard normal distribution? Mean is 0 and variance is infinity. Mean is 1 and variance is 0. Mean is 0 and variance is 1. Mean is infinity and variance is 0. So we are asking what is the mean and variance for standard normal distribution? So the correct answer is mean is 0 and variance is 1. So this Standard normal distribution is a type of a statistical distribution, and why we call it standard normal is the average. When you look at the distribution average, we make it to 0 and we make it to 1. So these are all the questions we had. So let's see who's the winner is now. Still, the Vimukti is leading. Pharma is the second place, and Savindi is the third. Yeah, congratulations, Vimukti. And yeah, OCTAVE will contact you within the next week. For the next session, let me hand over to Rajitha and Ieshaka.
Thanks, Dinusha. So hope you have some fun. So some of the questions are, you can see basic mathematics. As a data scientist, we still use this basic mathematics too. So that's why we put some of these questions to show that make sure you learn the basic mathematics in school as well, and also some of the basic statistics, right? And maybe some of the questions might be so new to you. So if you have any questions, you can ask from me, Dinusha and Ieshaka, or you can connect with OCTAVE, or you can even look into the Google resources as well. I think we have one question. Yes, Smith.
Sir, we should join to the new meeting code.
No, sorry. That session is finished. So we'll go to the next session, Metni. So we're conducted by Ieshaka. So this is a simple case study. So here he will go through maybe 3 questions. We provide the background as well, and here we would love you to talk, right? And get some have a discussion with us. So I will hand over to Ieshaka to conduct this session.
Yeah, thank you, Rajitha. Hi all, I am Ieshaka. How are you all doing? This is an interactive.
Fine, sir.
Okay, yeah, this is an interactive session, so we highly encourage you guys to like speak up and like maybe unmute yourself, switch on the videos, and like interact with us. So this will be hopefully a fun session also. So today, like in this session, I will be like helping you guys to solve the analytics problem. So once I explain the question, like we highly encourage you guys to unmute and like engage with us, so you can have a great learning from this thing. So the problem that we are giving you guys today is like this. Like it's a My Health is a company that is very passionate about developing data-driven applications in health industry, right? So now they are trying to launch a new project to develop a tool that predicts the chances of a COVID-19 patient surviving in Sri Lanka.
Beg your pardon, Ieshaka, if you don't mind, the screen is not sharing.
Oh, sorry. Is it visible now?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. Yeah,
so everyone, like, did you have a good time with the part 1?
Yes, enjoyed it very much.
You enjoyed it very much? Okay, good. And also, did you have any questions that you are familiar with? And did you have any questions with you are not familiar with as well? Yeah, okay. And some of the questions that you are not familiar with, like, we encourage you to write it down in your book, and and in your leisure time, look in some of these Google resources, and you can obviously look into the YouTube, and you can always connect with OCTAVE as well. Okay, Ieshaka, it's over.
Yeah, so I'll explain the problem from the beginning again. So My Health is a company that is very passionate about developing data-driven application for health industry, right? And they, as a new project, they are trying to launch a product which predicts the chances of a COVID patient surviving in Sri Lanka. And they are planning to incorporate your health in like planning this tool. And so like they have given you guys 3 questions, and like during this session, we'll try to figure out the answers for these 3 questions, right? Okay, so this is as we mentioned earlier, this will be an interactive session. So we highly encourage you guys to give us answers. Like there won't be any wrong answers. We'll accept all the answers and we'll have a great learning session together. So the first question that you guys need to answer is if you are to predict the chances of a COVID patient surviving in Sri Lanka, what will be the most important information that you guys can collect in order to predict this chance of survival?
Sir,
Yeah,
So could you repeat?
we can.
if I repeat the question, so what we are asking you guys is give us some important information that you think that will be relevant when we are to predict if a COVID patient will survive or he will have severe circumstances and maybe a death. So what we are asking is think of some important information that you can collect about these patients to predict before if this patient can survive or not.
Sir,
Yes.
Sir, check whether they have any other sicknesses.
Very good. Yes. Yes. Medical history will be a very important thing.
We have to check about the age, so we can if we can have identical if they are 60 plus, so it will be a bit hard to rescue from them COVID-19, and we have to check whether do they have lung side effects. So,
Yeah, very good, very good. Those two information will be very
so
critical.
check how
Very good.
serious it was for each patient.
Yeah.
so should check for how.
Sorry, could you repeat it again?
Yeah, we should check whether they send the vaccine or not.
Sorry.
So we should.
Yes, I agree. So Ieshaka is saying whether that particular patient got the vaccine or not.
Oh
early
yes,
whether-
very, very.
So we
Yes.
should check for how many days did they have.
How many days did he have the virus? Yes. Yeah, that will be good
Sir?
information as well. Yes.
What were the sir? We should check the places where he has been to, so we can quarantine the people he has met with.
Yeah, that is also good information, but might not be very relevant to predicting whether that patient will survive or not. But to curb the spread of COVID-19, that would be a very good information. Yeah.
So we should
Thank
check their
Doing
immunity
easy
system.
practice so the
So
patient
how-
can reveal that whether
Yeah.
he can survive or not.
Sorry.
Doing regular blood tests and breathing rates, heart rates, even PCRs or rapid antigens, checking the blood toxicity, and asking for his age and other health issues he has. We can get an accurate prediction whether he would survive or not.
Yeah. Very good. Very good.
So we can check how they got infected and what are the symptoms, severe symptoms they got.
Yeah. Serious symptoms. Yes. Yes. Very good.
We can ask them whether they got the vaccine or not.
We can see
Vaccinations,
the
yes.
of their body.
First, so the percentage of death in Sri Lanka.
Percentage in death in Sri Lanka might not directly relevant to this problem because we are trying to predict whether a specific patient will survive or not. So that might not. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. We are checking the immunity system.
Immune
Patient
system.
and about health of the patient.
Sorry.
We should check whether they have got the vaccine and
Vaccine.
about the health of the patient.
About the
Health of the patient and how much oxygen he need.
yes. Yes. Very good. Very good.
And we should
Sir, checking the oxygen level
Whether
in
he
blood.
has got the vaccine or not.
Yes. Vaccination. Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah.
we have to gather their personal information because if there's an emergency to contact the guardians or the people who live near them if there's emergency.
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, it is very relevant information, but to predict whether the patient will survive or not, it might not be relevant. But in order to like curb the spread of COVID-19, his whereabouts we need to like get. Like I understand you. Yeah.
Sir,
Excuse me, sir.
What type of
Sir,
vaccine they got?
measuring the
Yes, type of vaccine they got.
doing
Yeah.
the test.
Sir, to make sure whether they are going against or not the COVID-19 guidelines.
COVID-19 guidelines. Not sure how that would like be important in predicting whether he will survive or not. If he has gotten the COVID, like he might have broken the rules anyway. So yeah.
And so we
Sir,
can check.
all the elder people with other problems like
So we should check did this patient being affected by COVID-19 before?
Yes, very good, very good. Like, is this his second or third time? That might be very good information. Yes.
And we can check whether how many days if we had for example.
excuse me,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, understood.
Observation.
Like, when days that you see.
Sir, we can check if the
Hello.
Sir, checking the immunity system.
Yeah, like we might have to figure out a way to check the get some metrics about the immune system, but yeah.
excuse me, sir.
Checking the nasal cavity.
Checking the nasal cavity. Okay, that's very interesting.
By
Okay.
tests.
Sir, if she is an older person, we have to check whether
If he or she died from COVID-19, we should check what is the cause of death, whether it is
So this question is before, like we are going to predict before the death happens whether this patient will survive or not. So the post-mortem parts are coming late, I guess.
Checking if the symptoms of COVID-19 have become severe.
Yeah,
Or
that is very important. Yes, yes.
So asking about their feelings when having the COVID-19 virus.
Yeah, like similar to symptoms, right? Yeah.
So asking about their perspective about surviving.
Sorry?
To check whether he has other diseases than COVID-19.
Yes, like medical history, whether he has like heart diseases, diabetes, cholesterol, those sort of stuff will be important. Yes.
check about lung inflammation.
Yes. With like lung diseases, whether he has previous lung diseases also will be important. Yeah.
Sir, to check whether they have got an implant.
Heart implant. So
Yes, sir.
yeah.
So if they have some sort of a heart disease or cholesterol or even.
Yeah, so medical history, like if you take it as a summary, medical history, whether he has other diseases is a very good, important feature. Yeah.
Sir, whether he is disabled?
Whether he's disabled could be an important feature that like we haven't discovered it yet. Like that could be a very interesting feature to check whether COVID-19 affects disabled people more than the normal people. Yeah, so that is a very good observation. Yes.
So to find whether he has any allergies on the antibiotics or the drug allergies, so that it would
very
be
good. Yes. Yeah, very good info. Like, yeah.
To make sure that treatment has become effective in a positive manner.
To check
Yeah,
whether
you can say that also. Yes.
difficulty in breathing.
Yeah, like that comes under medical. Yes.
So to check the variant of the COVID-19 the person has gained, like he's.
Yeah, so yeah, that also can be a very important feature, but that might in Sri Lanka we might have some difficulty in identifying that, but if we can develop systems to get that information very quickly, it would be a good feature to add. Yes.
So we can find out that whether he has the COVID-19 and what are the places which have been infected, like for example heart and our lungs, so it will be a bit hard to rescue him from COVID-19.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah, affected
And
areas.
To check
we
smell,
have to
touch.
check whether we
And
even have to check
we
whether that person.
and so if we check whether if he has symptoms before, like for example malaria.
Yeah, that also comes under medical history. Yes.
So we
So
have to
to
check
check
whether
the
that
person's
person
surrounding
has
nature.
damaged organs.
Surrounding nature, yeah, weather could play an important role as well. Maybe like we after the analysis we can find maybe in hotter places the death rate is low, maybe in cold places death rate is low. So we can find any like some sort of patterns using the weather and those sort of stuff as well. Very good, very good.
Sir, we have to categorize the patients into the severe and the mild patients, because that way it will be easier for the other people.
Yes, yes.
Sir,
Very
the type of meals, like for example, if the patient had been
patient had been
he has a
eating
higher
healthy
chance of
previously.
survival.
Okay. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
And so we can find out that what are the medicines he have get before, like for example if the person has had get thyroxine for his injuries happen in his thyroxine glands, for those it will be much severe.
Yes, very good. Very good. Yeah.
So we even have to check whether the person's brain is affected because of this COVID-19, not only the brain but the other.
Yeah. Yeah. Medical history and yeah.
So we can confirm the rate, the facilities of the nearest hospital and the rate.
That is also a very good point, right? Like the hospital that you get admitted to might have a different, like it could be results could be different depending on the hospital. Yes, that is a very good observation. Yes.
A little bit different. Good job.
Yeah, that is like that is out of the
Sir,
thinking. Yes, very good.
to check the medical system that cured the person.
Medical. Come again.
Medical
Please.
system.
Sir, we can check
My
whether
mic.
he has any
The
other
medical system that led
diseases.
to cure the person. The medical system.
Okay, yeah, whether it's indigenous medicine or like Western medicine. Yeah, okay.
So we can check whether he has other diseases.
Yeah, medical history. Yes, yes.
So we'll give 1 more minute. So we have to.
Yeah, muted.
Yeah, someone muted us.
Sir, to check their mental health.
Mental health. Yeah, yeah, that might have also have an effect also. Yeah. Sorry.
Sir, to check a full body checkup.
Yes, like that also comes under medical history and diagnosis.
To check the color of blood color of blood in order to observe whether hemoglobin is produced and with due to oxygen present or is oxygen level low.
Yeah, oxygen levels. Okay. Yeah.
So we can check whether he's under some kind of medication or drugs or something like that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So we can check whether he is being treated like for the.
So we can check whether what kind of medicine he had taken before.
Yes. Yes. Very good.
And so we can check whether his habits, food habits, like for example, if he has taken green beans and all, it will be much easy to have a good immunity system, so the immune system will control it.
Yes. Yes. Very good. Very good.
Sure, we can find whether he's an addict to intoxicants such as alcohol and cigarette stuff, so that he
Yes.
can be reduced.
Whether he smokes or drinks. Yeah. Yeah. That could play a part. Yes.
So advising him to not take alcohol or any other bad drugs.
Advising him will, like, we can take information whether he drinks or like smoke cigarettes, but like advising him will like make him better in the like coming months and years. But to predict whether this person will survive or not, advising will not play a part, but taking the information whether he drinks alcohol or smokes cigarettes, it will be important. Yeah.
So your screen sharing has off.
Oh,
So
okay. Sorry.
someone has stopped that also.
Someone is muting us. Can you guys see the screen again?
Yes, sir, can see.
Yeah. So like with the time constraints, I think you guys have a very good idea about how to select features when you are tackling a problem, right? Like all the answers that you gave are very important, and like you guys have identified whether these important like these like if you are to predict a COVID patient will survive or not, you guys did a very good job of identifying the important features that would like give us a better prediction. So I will move on to the second question. So now with this information that you mentioned in the previous question, you have built a system, right, to predict the survival rate. Now you need to test whether your system that you built is working well or not. So my next question is, how can you determine whether the system that you built is performing well? How can you determine
So
that?
like
So we can
after
check
we
whether
have predictions from
So taking a survey.
different
So we
areas.
can deploy and debug the software.
So like we can do like after we found the survival rate for like the same amount.
Can take a survey.
So we can check whether those symptoms are there for the dead ones and the symptoms.
So first of all, without publishing it to the public, we can so we can deploy it to ourselves
Guys,
and
give me
then
a
debug.
second, guys. Sam, someone is muting the people. like people get muted.
Sir, can't you put that only me option? That way it's easier if there's a presenter.
No, sir, make everyone an attendee. So then it's okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So maybe Ieshaka, like if you want to talk, you can raise your hand. Then we'll provide the opportunity to. That's true.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
So let's be fair for the other student or your friends as well. It's very good to see actually that you guys are interacting a lot, and this is a like similar thing happening in a day-to-day life in analytics group within data science team too. So it's good job, fantastic job, right? Okay,
Yeah, Rajitha, and one thing I like wanted to mention was like either it's in Teams or some like glitch in Teams, like people get muted when they are speaking. That's why I wanted to raise it. Like in the middle of their sentence, people get muted.
That's okay.
Yeah, now you can go ahead. Yeah, I think it's over.
Yeah, Julan, go ahead.
So we can check whether the symptoms that we have in are there for the people who are dead, and we can check whether the symptoms that is not good that are good are there for the one who have survived.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll give the chances to the others, and we'll try to explain it ourselves. Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
Before starting it to a lot of people, we must.
Hello. You got muted, I think.
We have to first see whether it works for a little group.
Very good, very good. We should do a pilot before we roll the system to the countrywide, right? Like we should check a sample of people. Yes, very good.
Hello, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, go on.
So we can check whether we can insert data from the people who has get COVID-19 patients and check with.
Looks like Ieshaka left the meeting, right?
If everyone made the us attendees, it's okay.
Yes, sir.
So I think Ieshaka got drop off. Sahan, you were talking.
I'll give him a call.
No, he's coming. Yes, he's.
So is like removing and so I was 3 times continuously, sir.
Yes, Metin, go ahead.
So I am being removed, sir. Somebody is making and removing us. Yeah, sir. I also was removed 4 times.
So we are getting muted.
Removed and
Okay, let me check with Gehansa what's happening.
Sam, I'm also getting removed.
Sir, it's
Let me
better if we
check.
can put the only me option.
Sir, just to attend.
I think everyone would drop off.
I reshare the screen. Can you guys see it?
Sir, people are, some of us are now attendees. Is sir doing it or other?
I didn't do anything.
Yes, it's okay to be made attendees, guys, right? You can still listen now. I'm only changing that, okay? Because clearly somebody here thinks they are a little bit too smart for themselves. So I will make you all attendees, okay? So you all can proceed, guys, from okay.
Sir, somebody remove.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
yes, sir, we can.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Can you?
Yeah, you can go ahead with your answers. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, without deploying the program to the public, first of all, we can deploy it to our team, and then we can debug any issues, sir. Then we can deploy it to the public after everything is all right.
Yes, very good, very good. We should do a pilot before a rollout. Yes.
So we can check whether our system is working by giving the data of COVID-19 patients to the machine.
Yes, like exactly. Like we can check our accuracy rates by giving past data and check here how our model is predicting the past results. Yes.
So we can choose a small group of people and give them the chance to use the tool. Once they used it, we can ask the experience through surveys or interviews.
Yeah, very good. Like that can be done as well. Yes.
Sir, that machine or the robot we are using, it should be all in one, like all things can be done in one. And then we are like taking maybe the team of the people who made the machine, and then like maybe like treat them with the machine, and then we can ask them like how it was, and then we can go for patients and so on.
Yeah, very good, very good. And like if you guys think about like how can you determine how accurate your model is?
Or larger or smaller crowd?
Sorry?
To check whether, so we can repeat it with a larger or a smaller crowd to check whether it's like almost the same, close by.
Yes, okay.
So we can use kind of like online form and checking the answers of COVID-19 infected people and COVID-19 infected and dead people's families, and then release the data to the public.
Okay. Like I want you guys to think another thing, like think beyond that, like like we have developed a
Sir,
model, right? Now, how can you determine the results given by this model is accurate or not? Like, how do you determine
So
that?
like
We're doing daily
few
software
things
and
that
hardware checkups.
Software and hardware, okay.
so using
we have
some
to
animals in the testing, such as like rats, which are infected by COVID-19, then testing whether the machine is working properly or not, and if it does work properly, then we have to check whether it gives the results of healthy people, and if it does, then later slowly we have to uh, test it on the ones who have COVID-19, and then slowly giving to the public.
with more tests and with more positive results only we can test it to the people, so we have to do more tests and things to make sure it can give healthy patients.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Sorry.
So we can take the active patients from the database of the hospital or PHI,
Yeah.
and we can give to the machine and predict the survival rate, and we can check after they complete the 24 days after they died or they survived.
Very good, very good. One thing here is like one thing you can do like that is like if you do that method, you will have to wait till 24 days or right, like 24, like 29 or whatever the day is. But what can you do to make it faster is you already have corrected past data, right? You can do the exact same check by providing that past information of the patients and see whether the model predicts the actual results that you had. So like exactly the same thing that you were mentioning, but it will be faster if you do it using the past data. Yeah, so then we know that the model works or not. Like if the model works, we can run it on the actual scenario that you mentioned. Yes, very good, very good.
So this machine can be having some wheels, which can be like the machine can be moved to rooms. The rooms have this sort of a Bluetooth connection with the robot. So then at times like there's this thing called press a button for the nurses to come quickly. So similarly, I am thinking when pressing the button, the Bluetooth connection sends a signal to the robot saying that it needs help, the patient needs help, and then the robot can move from its wheels to the room, and then it can there is this sanitizer spray machine sort of a thing, like a sprayer, which kind of sprays the whole room. Meanwhile, it helps the patient with some sort of a thing. And this thing, like the machine has a sort of a connection with the doctor meanwhile in another room. Like the doctor speaks from the machine.
Yeah, yeah. Go
So
on.
we can check whether, sir, can I talk?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So we can
Ieshaka,
check
before
whether
that, excuse me. Yeah, Ieshaka. So we found out what the issue was with people being removed from the meeting. It's because everyone is talking at the same time. Then their mics get muted and so on. So what Gehansa suggested is get the kids to raise their hands and we can pick them one by one and ask them to talk. So Ieshaka, can you see the MS Teams meeting or is a full screen on your presentation?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
Okay, so just pick from the participants and you can ask them to speak one by one.
Okay. Karin,
speak.
Yeah.
Sir, there are still 2 attendees.
Okay, Ieshaka, looks like you're back.
On my camera.
I'm here. Okay, let me get the name, please. Yeah, Tesara Sugitma. Tesara Sugitma or Sigitma. Tasar, sorry. Janut Nimal.
so we can check whether, sir, whether our system is working by giving the loads.
Doing the hello. Okay, Julian, go ahead. Julian. Hello.
So we could test it for a group of people and we can analyze the results.
Yes, very good. Very.
So we could check the temperature of visitors visiting a particular place using a thermal camera, and if it is beyond 37.5 degrees Celsius, a beep will occur, which means that the particular person should not come in. Ideal for COVID-19 and even H1N1.
So we
Okay,
can
that is
make
a
a
different scenario. Yeah.
we can make a robot which has the IR capability. That means with black and white lines. So when in that robot, it should consist of thermometer and the camera, which can analyze all the data which have COVID-19 patients, like his severe and cases, and that robot should be able to capture the results in the displays which give the COVID-19 patient. So when he comes out, he automatically gets sanitizer and he just cleaned himself from a door which is automated when the robot is going, and we can get the information all from a computer and analyze data, and we can focus how to give medicines to the patient.
Yeah, like that is a different system. So yeah. So with the time constraint, I will move on to the third question, guys. So in this question, what we expect you to answer is like, let's say now you have collected. Sorry. Yeah. So let's say now to build this system, you have collected 10,000 patient records, right? And out of that 10,000 patient records, 1,000 records do not have the age mentioned. Our question is, how can you handle these missing like 1,000 records? What can
Median age of 30.
Median age, yeah, very good. Fill the missing values with median age, very good. Others? Ahmed, yeah. Ahmed.
That's an age that is common. That is like the
Mode.
patient
Yes, very good,
ages.
very good.
Mode, so we can get the mode of the patient's
Mode of the
ages.
page. Yes, very good. Let me see. Nikita?
So we can predict the mode of the patients.
Mode age, okay. Jamut?
So we can check whether the age by checking
Age by?
his birth dates,
Okay.
identity cards, and so we can
Identity
the identity card
information.
of
Very
it,
good,
so
very
we
good.
can get the information.
You should get on it.
Yeah. I reshared the screen. Can you guys see it?
Yes, sir, can see.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, I can see.
Let's continue. Julian.
So we can check it by the other people, seen if many have died about 60, and the 1,000, from that 1,000 we should check the people who are died, and we can predict whether he is above 60 or below.
Okay, but yeah, so that can be applied also. But in this scenario, Julian, but we need this age information in order to build the system, right? So the answer you mentioned, like it can come after the implementation of the system. So yeah, like that method also works. But what we need is, yeah, go ahead.
Sir, in this case, sir, the most suitable way to find the answer for the closest to the accurate value is finding the mode, since otherwise we could like get different kind of answers, or by just every time we check the identity card numbers and stuff, and we can find it from a different way, the age.
Very good.
And those two methods could be really helpful.
Yes, very good, Tarun. Yeah, very good. Shiny Pereira.
Sir, we could compare the 1,000 records and that do not mention the age and the 10,000 symptoms, and we could predict some symptoms that under 13 some symptoms are there, under 60 some symptoms are there, and you could predict normal age.
Yeah, very good. Yes. Detunu.
So, like if the tool is online, we can install a bot to the tool where the tool would not go forward if the required information are not filled.
When collecting the information, yeah, that can work also. Yeah. Okay. Yogaraj, yeah, sorry. Okay.
Ieshaka in the messages. In the messages also there are very good answers, like look at the past trends and use the correlations to check the data. Vimukti has mentioned.
Very good. Yeah, very good. Very good. Like, Rajitha, how are we for time? Can we continue or like move on to the?
I think we are kind of over time. So maybe let's stop it here. And
yeah, like this was a very engaging session and like very good answers from you guys.
Yeah. So this is like something what we do as well when we get a problem too. Did you guys have fun?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, indeed, a lot of fun.
Real experience. This is what we do.
Yes, sir.
Good job, everyone, and myself, Dinusha and Ieshaka, we are very happy to see that the way you with this session.
Yeah,
well
some people think out of the box and gave answers. That is very good.
Exactly. There were very good suggestions too, right? So then we should be able to look into like how we can take these type of suggestions and implement in real world application. Okay, so due to the time, let's move to the last session. So there are 3 parts. So the first part, I might go like very briefly, like what is advanced analytics, and the second we go through like some of the roles that actually you can play in future, right? And so and pretty much all the roles are existing in OCTAVE except the business analytics. But we'll show you like some of the skill sets that you wanted to like polish it when you come to the industry, right? So you have a huge time, right? So ample of time to polish these things, and we go through like very simple couple of skill sets that we believe that you should have. Okay. So in terms of this advanced analytics, so people are now in these days heavily talking about this business intelligence to business analytics. So this business intelligence or business analytics, what they do is, so they focus on analyze the past data. So and see whether they can come up with some insights based on the past data. So that we have some past information, right? Maybe let's say some cricketers information, right? So we have like Sri Lankan cricketers and we have Mahela, Kumar Sangakkara. So we can analyze their past information, how many centuries they scored and so on, right? So something about past, and then we can come up with some insights. So that's where this business intelligence people come to play. And so we'll go through like some of the skill sets that they need to have in the later slides. And when you come to the advanced analytics, it consists of 4 departments. So I'll go through those 4 departments as well, where we call this describe, explain, predict, and prescribe type of departments, right? So they are kind of focusing on the techniques which are very challenging and replicate with the traditional approaches. So like basic statistics, it's very difficult to find the patterns using these traditional approaches. So they are kind of looking at these complex approaches to see whether they can find some nice insights. Okay, so maybe like for example, if you know some information about a player, let's say Kumar Sangakkara, right? Let's assume that he's playing, right? So he has all this data, right? Can we like understand how much he will score with, let's say, Australia in the next match? So these are like uncertainty. So we can create some type of like a knowledge base to understand this kind of stuff. Even in generally, you also like a AI, artificial intelligence system. So brain is the top AI system in the world, right? So if you look at it outside, right? So you can understand this is a chair, right? This is a cup, right? And this is a cup, right? So this is a cup, and you can understand this is a dog or cat. So now, like you can see, your brain is in a position like you can get this information very quickly, right? So your brain is developing in such a way that you can understand. So in AI and advanced analytics also, what they try to do is they try to mimic this human behavior, right? So you also have these emotions, right? Smile, pain, laugh. So there are some scientists are working on whether they can develop a robot or maybe like a computer system that they can understand your smile level, right? Maybe whether the pain levels in a hospital, right? So if you look at this particular analytics domain, so the value has comes in like a five departments or like a 5 phases. One is, so you need to identify the business problem. So what is the business problem? Right? So then so you have some research assistants, so they collect some data, and we have data engineers come to play here too. So they clean the data for that particular problem. So remember, we went through the COVID-19 problem, right? So you had this identify the need for this particular problem. So Ieshaka and Dinusha and my team, they went with this question. They had the problem. We wanted to understand whether someone in Sri Lanka who has COVID is going to what is the survival rate, right? So you identified the problem. So then you understood the data. So you guys went through understand what type of data we should collect, and also you did one last question about how to clean the data. If you have any missing values, we had the very good suggestions too, fantastic suggestions. And then you take that particular data and create some knowledge, right? So it's very similar to what you have on your brain when you wanted to identify a particular object. So you have something on your knowledge base, right? So you build a model. So that's what we say in analytics, right? So the knowledge base is kind of equal to the model in analytics. Okay, and so now you need to validate the business and see the practical implications. People were suggesting like we have to test it out with a small group. Remember, you guys had a very good suggestions also. So we say these are like pilot testing, right? And then we also wanted to make sure that when you roll out, we are kind of accountable for the IT and the process, and also looking into how the model performance also actually deviates from time to time too. So if you look at this analytics, right? So why this particular domain is very popular? So this is not new actually. So it was there from actually 1950s, but I just look at the 1980 to 2020. So one reason is the cost of data and the storage is going down. Now compared to 1980s, now you have laptops, right, where you have like 512 GB space, maybe terabytes of GBs, right? But earlier days we didn't have that opportunity, so it's very costly, right? So now like you have laptops or the other, even the cloud platforms, you can save ample of data. The second one is, so you get a lot of data too now compared to the earlier stage, like especially text data. We have video data from YouTube, right? We have social media data, Facebook, and what else, Instagram, and so on, right? So there are so many data types coming out, and it's actually rapidly going up compared to the 1980s. So you have a lot of information, right? So the more information you have is better your system too, right? So, and the third one is this new advanced mathematics concepts coming out, right? A lot of computer scientists are working on this advanced mathematics, right? So if you are really good in maths, probably this might be a good area that you can have a career, right? You can be a computer scientist or a mathematician. So we actually OCTAVE, we are kind of working in this machine learning area. So the second block here, right? But it's under the umbrella called artificial intelligence. So the artificial intelligence is basically is try to mimic the human behavior. Mimic the human behavior. So there are a lot of intelligence, right? So as a human, we can solve problem, right? So exactly what you did, you solve a problem. So you can solve the problem. You have emotions, right? You have in terms of the emotions, you can have like interpersonal emotion, also intrapersonal emotions too, right? The smiles, and laughing and surprises, those kind of emotions, and also you can have like hugging, those kind of emotions as well, right? And you can do some sports, right? You are very good at, as a humans, we are good at it, very sports, and we have the ability to listen music, right? So that we have like many capabilities. So we try to do, what we try to do is with in AI is see whether we can mimic those human intelligence and create some intelligent systems. So machine learning is one of the area within the AI system, and this deep learning is a concept that came in like very recently with the improvement of the storage and the data, and also this advanced algorithms. Okay. So if you look at where these four domains are there is, so now we have better algorithms, we have faster processors, we have.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Can't make a speaking robot that saying that you can't enter this place if you have beyond this temperature.
Sorry?
Sir, I have made the model like that, sir.
Ah, you have made a model like that? Okay, good job. Okay.
Sir, can you repeat the 4 departments of advanced data analytics?
Yeah, so I will go to the next slide. Yes. So in here, you just only need to look at it like this particular area is heavily growing up because of the better algorithms, right? Faster processes. We have these cloud platforms. We have Microsoft, Google, and Amazon, and we have like many data. And as I mentioned, there are 4 departments. So one is, we call this describe department. So basically what we want to do is, we want to understand what happened in the past, right? What was the performance of Kumar Sangakkar last year, right? We want to understand what happened. So you can get some insight from the historical information. We call this describe type of thing. Second one is, we want to understand why something has happened too. Right? Can we identify like what are the key factors actually help Kumar Sangakkar to like perform like with let's say 10 centuries per year, right? What happened? Right? We want to understand what are the key drivers, right? So the third department we call this predict. So we wanted to understand what will happen to, right? So will he score a 50 in next match with Australia? Right? So we wanted to predict, is there a probability that, is there a chance whether he can score a 50, right? So the last one is, we call this the prescribed type of analytics. How can we make it happen? Right? Can we figure it out some key factors that actually make this particular thing to happen? Right? As a business analytics, so you are heavily working on these 2 departments, the describe and the explain. So the data scientists come to play for all the departments. But I will go through like like very briefly what are the responsibilities of each particular department. But I will go with one example. Let's say you are working in a bank, right? So and you have the top management of the bank. Your boss is come and say, hey, Vimukti, I want you to solve this problem. So I have a problem that basically say, we are giving a lot of bank credit cards like for the people, and I don't know how much of money I am getting by giving these things. I want to optimize these bank credit cards. So this is the problem. So, hey, so let's assume that it will give it to the entire class for you, right? So you have, let's assume 50 people, 50 students. So the bank came and say, I want to solve this problem, right? I want to optimize bank credit cards. So you take this particular problem, and what you can do initially is, you can understand what happened in the past. So basically quantify the impact of the past offers, right? What happened with the other past. So you, in a particular bank, you might have like 10 credit cards. Maybe it's, let's say, 3 credit cards types, right? So each credit card type, you might have a different offers too, right? Maybe credit card 1, you get like 10% off for some dining, right? Maybe 15% off for some, let's say, travel, leisure, right? In somewhere in on Rajapura, for example, right? So they want to understand what happened. So the second one is, maybe you might found out some of the bank credit card offers actually worked beneficial to the bank, right? But some of them are not much, right? So in the third one is, so you can provide, like, whether a particular credit card offer is going to success or not. So that maybe your supervisor wants to know too before they release. Okay, so we'll go quickly. And the last one is this, the prescribed type of work. We are, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we wanted to understand what are the optimal credit card offers we should launch, right? So the bank also will get some benefits, right? So these are the 4 departments, and business analytics will work heavily in these departments. Okay. So let's go to like a couple of career paths that you guys can work it on in future, right? So this is what we have at OCTAVE too. So not one particular person can deliver a project. So you need many people. Right? So we start from the businesses. Right? We have business translators to translate the business problem into such a way that the technical people can understand. Right? So then you have data engineers who bring this data to the system, so the data scientists and the business analytics and the data analytics can work it on it. So then we have delivery people who are kind of entirely looking at a particular project or maybe a business unit too. And we have visualization people who wanted to create like very nice visualizations, right? Like a UX designs. Maybe some of them you might be very good on these designings. There are a couple of roles. So we have like data engineers. So the key responsibility with these data engineers are, so they need to bring the data from different sources, and they want to extract, load and transform and create data pipelines for specific analytic solutions. So the data scientists can take that data, right? So we discussed, remember, different data we need, right? So someone has to bring this data, so the data science and the data analytics and the business analytics can access this data, right? And the second responsibility is that they need to design and implement data architectures. Third one is they also wanted to help to fix the bugs, right? Maybe missing values, like cleaning the data. So they are kind of responsible with that. Yeah, especially if you look at a data scientist role, so they kind of are responsible to solve hard and challenging business problems using all those 4 departments that I mentioned, right? So they wanted to make sure that they go with the end-to-end life cycle, do some exploratory analytics with the data, right? Understand what happened, understand what actually what are the key drivers actually cause to a particular thing to happen, and so on and so on. And also we have visualization analysis too at OCTAVE. So where they are kind of responsible to develop very nice visualization, so that the top management or your team also can understand these visualizations, right? So even for you, like if you are very good in developing nice websites and UX designs, so that might be a good career for you too. And also we have delivery manager or delivery lead roles. So they are kind of responsible to deliver the entire project, project managers. And also this is a business analytics role, which is not existing at OCTAVE, but delivery leads and data science team also taking some responsibility to do that. So as I mentioned, like they are kind of in the initial part of the process. They wanted to understand what happened in the data and come up with some insights, right? And also you need to have very good communication skills, very good English, very good presentation skills, right? Reporting skills. So you need to polish your technical writing skills in English, right? and also how to create the slides. So these are like very big four soft skill sides that you really need to polish it to be in such a role as well, apart from the basic mathematics and the statistics. So in terms of the skills, what you should have is, so basically I have divided into like six areas. Make sure you are kind of good with fundamental mathematics and statistics, right? So we did some questions in the beginning to connected to here. We did some basic mathematics. You were able to find the mode, right? Make sure you are kind of very understand the basic mathematics, the statistics. We did some statistical problems too. And also, to be a data engineer, data scientist, right? So you need to have a good understanding about different programming languages. So at the stage in analytics, they use Python, R, and PySpark, and there are many languages as well. But at least make sure that you understand one or two languages, and also you understand how to manipulate the data. Maybe you can work with Excel, right? So Excel sheet, see whether you can get a simple data, calculate the average, calculate the statistical information in the data. Right? Can you group some data? Right? Maybe some create some tables and so on. And so these things, like when you grow up in your school career and then when you move to the university, you can look into the concept called machine learning, deep learning, and different cloud architectures, and also the soft skill side too. So especially the presentation skills, the storytelling, reporting, very good. You need to be like at least into a good standard level. Okay. But these are some of the very good skill sets you should look into if you wanted to be in such a role. But apart from that, as a student, right? So so this is a good stage for you to develop good attitudes. So this is the fundamental foundation. If you don't have this, it doesn't matter, right? So you will not be able to move up in the career, right? So this is the most important thing. This will take you like around 20%. This will take around 80%. So in terms of attitudes, right? So when you work on a team, and you have to be punctual too. If it is like, let's say you have a meeting at 10 o'clock, you have to be punctual. So those things you can learn from school too. And we are expecting when you come to the industry that you have those skills. You should be able to be a good team player, right? Make sure you know how to play a team player, have punctuality, and you have the ability to fulfill a particular task in the time, right? If you can't, make sure you connect with your superiors and have good attitudes. That will take you a long run. Okay, so that's pretty much it from OCTAVE team. Maybe just to wrap it up, how do you feel after this session?
Some more knowledge.
Feel more in AI.
More confident.
Sorry? You more confident? Good job. Yeah. So we had that. Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, is the recording for the session be sent to us?
Probably you might can ask from the admin staff.
Yeah, so this meeting will be recorded and it will be available on the YouTube channel of OCTAVE. Right? I'll be sharing that with you guys.
So we had like 3 sessions. We had a quiz, we had a nice case study, we had an introduction session, and wanted to give some thought process on what are the roles you can take it in the future and some of the skill sets. And you figure it out what is your strength, right? Maybe you might be like very good in visualization, right? You are web developers, so that's a good area to learn some of these courses like UX designing, Power BI, Tableau kind of tools, and those tools are available. So whenever you have some free time, do it. And if you want to be like a scientist or a mathematician, you need to make sure you know the fundamental of mathematics, fundamental of statistics, and so on. So you can see some of the questions that we put together is to cover the those areas as well. So to show you the importance of those areas as well. Okay, and so you had fun?
Yes, sir. I think analytics feels more important when it comes to AI design, because like with proper information only proper AI systems can be developed. Otherwise, no point of developing
Yes,
such systems.
Exactly. I think you got the point. Yes. So you need to have some benefit too. Right? Yeah, so that's pretty much it from Octave side. As Sam mentioned, so this recordings will be available in YouTube, and always you can follow Octave through LinkedIn, also from the Octave YouTube channel as well. So that we will upload the necessary videos for some of the learnings as well. But most of the information will be available in LinkedIn page. So do follow LinkedIn as well. And I will hand over to Gihansa. Gihansa, it's over to you. And I believe there will be a feedback form link. So make sure you before you wind up from this session, fill that feedback form. So that will help our Octave team to understand how to improve these type of sessions, and then also when to to have another session with you guys in future too. Okay, that's pretty much it from Octave. I'll hand over to Gihansa. Gihansa, it's over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Rajitha. So I hope all of you had a good session with us. And thank you, Dr. Rajitha and his team. So Ieshaka, thank you very much. And Dinusha, thank you. And Dr. Rajitha, huge bouquet of thanks goes to you. And Sam, thank you very much for helping us organize this entire event. So I hope all of you had a good time. And I will share the feedback form with you. So please do fill it in and send it to us. And we hope to do more sessions with Octave. Thank you.